Welcome to this week's edition of Platteville Fantasy Podcast Show. I'm your host, Alan Highland. I know I might sound a little different. That is because Alan actually sent a version of his podcast without the audio. So this is your producer speaking, Mitch Pritchard, your real POD, which I never really understood when Alan ever said it, but I am filling in. Welcome to this week's championship edition of Platteville Fantasy Podcast Show. The final week. Where should we start? Let's go with championship. Myself, the Jedi Knights, versus the Colorado Fires, John Stryker Bottleberg. Championship. As of Saturday night with Kelvin Johnson, he is definitely winning against my own Michael Turner. Not shocking there. Third place. The battle is between Pioneer Pete, Jawman, and Jordan's first string, which is actually Bill, which is weird since obviously the name should be different. And which was settled last week as far as fifth place. Cheesemaker Fred beat Fantastic Bunktastic Bunker 95-78. Before going forward, let's backtrack. Last week's match between the Colorado Fires, John Bottleberg's team, and Pioneer Pete, Jaw's team. Jaw's team definitely the favorite, not only in projection points, but as far as the record, 11-2, which is probably one of the better records in a lot of fantasy leagues. He was appearing to be dominant, but there's a lack of performance from Ashlon Jeffrey, the Bears wide receiver, who decided to get a lot of offensive pass interference calls on him against the Green Bay Packers, and Matt Schwab, who kind of underperformed for himself overall. But in Bottleberg's defense, he's been on a hot streak. He might have a 7-6 record, but his team has done well lately, and that week they did really, really well with 166 points, Jawman with 135. The other key matchup last week was myself versus Bill. We both did not do great overall. Like, our projections were a lot lower than they should have been. We each made mistakes as far as setting our roster, as far as who scored more points than various other teams or other players. Anyways, came down to Sunday night. He had Tom Brady. He had 3-point lead on me. I had Michael Crabtree, the wide receiver from San Fran, if you are not familiar with him, who decided to have an amazing game. Brady had a good game also, and ended up being a 102-102 tie. But since I won the division, which I think is kind of equivalent to having home field advantage, I won it. Therefore, championship. Alright, summarize. Championship, myself versus Bottles. He's got Kelvin Johnson with the lead right at the current time. Who knows? It's going to be a long day tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be a good match between the two of us. Third place, Jawman and Billy. Right now it's 10-9 with Bill in the lead. I already said this earlier. Fred already got fifth place. Constellation, I really don't care. You guys can take care of this stuff. No offense, you're probably not paying attention. For survival, it's just me and Alyssa. It's been a really long time. Congratulations to both of us. Paulo was looking really prime in that survival thing, and he's out. He blames Borderlands 2 for one of his not picking weeks, which kind of cost him in a lot of sense. Pick 'em, be quite honest, top 4 teams, 81's game. Basketball's a long season, who cares? Alright, to conclude, next week, hopefully Alan will actually have a podcast with sound. I did not enjoy this experience, I know for a fact. But I do hope I finish intro for a podcast next week, which I will send to Alan, hopefully tomorrow. And I hope you guys all enjoy it. And pretty much good luck to everyone. And I enjoyed playing most of you, except Kai. Kai can suck a dick. And have a good fantasy season from this point on. And Turtle Cup's coming up soon. Make sure to do March Madness. That's the only sport left. Good luck, everyone. Talk to you guys later.